on my body. But as I get into this recording, oh goodness, not really too much to talk about as we see a Zol cult character exclusive custom character once more, but let me focus on the backstory and I'll go into it. Again, not much to say because I'm breathing in some new fresh air, I guess, so to say. But yeah, hunted by the cult, and as we get into the run, which is going to be a Zol cult character exclusive custom character. Keeping in mind, if I didn't go over it, we'll go through the stats now. 2 strength, 5 dexterity, 4 perception, 6 knowledge, 7 charisma, and then 6 funds on top of that, which would be great for a weapon. But if I want to run ally attack instead, I can. We can also pay off the police. Wait, no. Oh no, wrong one. Ito Sensei instead. Second mystery, light, charisma, dexterity, strength, maybe a knowledge check, maybe every single stat check. But we don't have Tachi-san, and we don't have the second encounter. Strangely enough. So, I think I'm actually gonna go for ally attack this run. So, hey, it's an ally attack run. Unless I have to swerve, but that'll depend on the mysteries I run into. So, what do we have on our plate today? We have Bulletin, Coma, Metamorphosis, Taxi, and Story. Well, we Bulletin into Story into Metamorphosis, or one of the two. I don't remember which, but Taxi's gonna be an interesting one as well. But I forgot if this character has fame. Here's where I realized that we're also on, 1, Azal, but 2, a bunch of other stuff that can hurt us. But let's grab the students first. Yeah, because we're gonna run ally attack, or we're gonna try to run ally attack. 8 charisma would be nice. Instead, I lost strength, I think. No, perception. I'm gonna reroll here. Yeah, I'm gonna reroll here while grabbing some ghost stuff. So bow twice. And yeah, off we go. So, cheaper pharmacy items, that doesn't really do anything for me. But we can not get a brick, but we do get a pack of cigarettes, and off we go. After we use the police station, sorry. Village Mansion, and I have tax. Yeah, so I think we put the police patrols in the village. I'm thinking that because Taxi, you drive through the forest in the village, but I don't know that for sure. So, anywho, I was supposed to take the walleyes from the thing. Well, we can enter this and see what happens. Hopefully we're not, if we were in Frostbite Land, we would have died immediately. We also thankfully got a katana, but we're still gonna grab allies, so yeah, let's do that. We do have the monument available, so that's why I don't really mind using the illegal den. Funny enough, not having any funds makes me a bit more adverse, or not as willing to go to the monument. For the reasons seen right there, where it asks for 2 funds. And if you don't have 2 funds, well, sadness. We do have Ryuichi, but I can give funds for Doom, but so yeah, this is kind of, aside from Azal, this is going to be a more standard run. We are losing Doom due to experience, but I'm shrugging in real life as I say, what can I do? I don't really have much of a choice in the matter. We don't get to do 2 ally attacks, but with our accuracy as it is, we probably don't even want to. We lose 2 all for this, but could be a lot worse. That's not great. I don't want to keep taking 2 all for 12 experience, but twice or 3 times during the run is not so bad. I think, anyway. So moving on to other talk, I was looking over some writing stuff, because I do write on the side, as we only deal 2 damage there. So, specifically, I usually end up writing fantasy. Also, we're in Bulletin, so I need to visit the forest twice. But also, I have a katana, I just realized. Well, hey. We'll leave that there. Is that a character specific? Anywho. Yeah, so I usually write in the fantasy section. So, maybe I move out to sci-fi. Basically every 1 in 5 to 7 works of fiction that I write, whether they're really small shorts, whether they're drabbles, so on and so forth, is maybe something other than fantasy, but usually I stick to fantasy of some sort. Sometimes modern fantasy, fantasy in the modern world with skyscrapers, and then you have swords and dragons, but that's the really basic way to do it. Specifically, I did do an MMORPG type work, but it was very short. Anywho, we took 5 Doom there, by the way. We're also gonna take extra. We might just Doom out in this run, but if that's the case, I probably should not have Yeah, I probably should not have gone for ally attack. Knowing that I got the katana, I could have not done ally attack, but it's too late now. Has it been a while since we did Bulletin, by the way? It has, because we have to roll the base mysteries on top of the custom mysteries. So, hey. Yeah, and then we take 50... we take 5 Doom because we had 50 experience, so... Yeah, this could be a very bad run. We lost Bath immediately. For better or worse, who's to say? But we do want to take... I'm probably going to take Story first, actually. Yeah. If we level up and get something, that would be cool. We do have an injury as well, but maybe we can deal with it. I think Torn Muscle is major, right? It is. Can I sell anything here? Not really, right? We're not on random item stats, so... Instead, we sell the painkillers, I suppose. And get rid of this Torn Muscle. Just in case I want to swing this katana really, really hard. I think I could do Desperate Prep strong with the katana with 5 dexterity, but hey. Fun times. Although we do fight a lot of enemies. So yeah, that's right. We have Obsessive Shopper and something else. Could have kept grabbing Doom stuff, but at this point, I'm not really planning to go back for more. I might consider it, but no. That sounds counterintuitive, actually, when we look at this. The reason I say that is I was supposed to take Charisma. Hey, here's me not doing my own ally attack strats, but it's fine for this encounter for the moment. Actually, out of curiosity, can I do this? No, I can't. We're off by 13 time units, but if I want stable damage, I'd swing this katana really hard, but because we can get more potential damage or running ally attack, again, I should have really increased my charisma. That 8 charisma is if there's anything to learn this video, when you have 8 charisma, you can fit in 2 ally attacks. Now, whether or not they're going to be accurate, very accurate or not, is a completely different story. But at least having the ability to deal upwards of 22-24 damage or 20 to 24 damage on an enemy, which one-shots a lot of enemies. It one-shots this enemy for certain. But that's better than being forced to do upwards of 16 HP only. Unfortunately, I did not roll high. So yeah, 8 charisma, ally attack. If you try to do ally attack the way I do it, you can grab more allies. If you have 7 or 8 allies, you're doing absolutely more. In fact, you have a good chance of one-shotting a lot of enemies, but unfortunately, that's not the case here. So, we can throw the branch. I could also throw the katana. I think the katana doesn't even do a lot of damage, so you know what? Yeah, I really need to look at this character's perk packs again. If all this character has is Obsessive Shopper, also, yes, well, I do have 2 bows as my ritual. The odds are not great on my side anyway. Is this reason? I don't mind just eating this in the face. Otherwise, concentrate and hope we roll. Nope, we did not. Alright, another run. I swear I didn't throw that run due to my own soft rule of restarting if I die before the second mystery, but you know, I just thought also Eldritch Parasite as well, but at least we're on a more normal run aside from Eldritch Parasite. So, off we go. I'm going to do another video with this character. I usually do 2 videos or 2 to 4 runs per character, but in the case when I roll Eldritch Parasite, Zektast, and or Azal specifically, I think I'll just do extra runs because, as you'll see in a moment, if you haven't seen any of these runs before, they are not standard at all, especially the way I run them. You can play them standardly, like, no matter what backstory Old God combination you get, you could try to play the way you would normally play on every other God backstory combination, but I wouldn't recommend it for certain things, like Eldritch Parasite. Charisma, Tachi-san, Strength, Light, Dexterity, and maybe a second mystery check. No second encounter, but definitely need to make sure we can deal, or we have the stamina and some damage to deal with Tachi-san. But yeah, as I just mentioned, I think Zektast is the biggest one because of the stat decreases. I think that is the most damaging. Right after that would probably be Azal, because you have no control over specifically one rule, but more depending on what happens. Mermaid's Footage, Flood, Shiba's Frogs. Let's take footage first. While I have funds here, we're just gonna do this instead. So this is not a standard run. I normally would like to... I should have actually taken the rock ring there. I would normally like to play ally attack or buy a weapon. This character I think is good. It's just... there are some issues when you run into specifically Zektas, but also other specific backstories like Eldritch Parasite. But yeah, we'll roll a few more times here. Again, I'm doing this because I have Flood, in which we can save more Doom, but it didn't happen. So we'll take the 20% Mind Drain. We effectively have a weapon now, but I could also recruit... yeah, you know what? Let's grab students really quick, just in case I need the extra boost of damage, in case I can't use Mind Drain. And we did get 3 students, and we actually have 8 Charisma, but... man, that makes me so sad to see. We have Mansion, so let's just do School. We might have to visit School anyway, so hey. And then keeping in mind, we do have the Gruesome Totem, so we could actually go into the History Club more. But for the sake of our Doom, let's just play it safe. And by play it safe, also taking that middle option there and rolling a 12+1, yeah. Now, on the other hand, we are just taking Doom left, right, and center. We'll visit the mansion twice. I don't feel good in this forest. We got an Ath event. Yeah, so the Gruesome Totem is doing its work this run. That's all I have to say. We're going to keep our... so I could equip the Gruesome Totem now. Just a hot tip. If you're going to use Mind Drain, especially on Eldritch Parasite, you might as well save the Gruesome Totem, because you can equip the Gruesome Totem at any time. You might as well save that for when you need it. And then you can use Mind Drain. That way you're not losing reason if you use the Gruesome Totem and suddenly you're at your max reason. As opposed to the alternative where I have max reason to spend, I can use Mind Drain, and if I lose more reason, then I can equip the Gruesome Totem. Again, this is more specific towards this backstory, Eldritch Parasite, because you... oh, and then I just did that to myself, but hey. Yeah, because you can't heal, so when I use Mind Drain, I'm not healing reason. That's all I have to say. And yeah, let's just toss this student at the Dream Salesman. Now, unfortunately, we only dealt 2 damage. We actually needed to win the coin flip of damage there, but... didn't happen, did it? So, I think it's... I can't even brace into anything, never mind. I guess we do use Mind Drain. It's less reason loss if I use Mind Drain here than to eat 2 reason in the face. Funny enough, what I am hoping for is that I lose a lot of reason, so I can equip the Gruesome Totem. I will probably need to equip the Gruesome Totem. Equip the Gruesome Totem to lower my Doom. But, I mean, succeeding checks will help out as well, because the level ups will grant me perks, if nothing else. Yeah, and then apparently you do heal reason through Masochistic? Is that a bug? Well, anywho. So yeah, while we're sitting here, because we're effectively losing... yeah, we're losing stamina as well, but reason is the primary concern at the moment, for now. So we'll throw out those kicks and then Mind Drain here. And we'll keep doing the same. Unfortunately, yeah, okay, good. I was about to say, unfortunately, if I miss, it would be pretty bad, but... I think I can't... yeah, no, never mind. I lied to myself. Lee, let's actually get rid of Masochistic, because even if it does heal reason, I'm gonna assume it's a bug. I could have kept Masochistic on to do more stuff. And yeah, we'll keep Insomnia. Do I want to keep Insomnia? That's a lot of reason, actually. You know what? No, we want to get rid of Insomnia. Because we're not getting the free healing from Restless. And so we actually take 2 reason. And when we have 5 mysteries, we lose 10 reason overall, which is pretty bad. Now, unfortunately, well, thankfully I only got tiny cuts, but again, all this reason healing would have been nice, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Although, that being said, if I didn't have this much max reason, I would not be able to use Mind Drain, so... and yeah, we have the other one. We definitely don't have Fame, that's what I'm trying to say, but... we have a lot of shopping perks and not a lot to shop with, so... yeah, not much I can do about that. So we probably want to take Flood now. Yeah, let's take Flood now, so we can lose a lot of reason, as odd as that sounds to say. Not having weapon here probably does hurt. I should have actually bought a weapon. You know why I should have bought a weapon? Because Not buying a weapon means I have to hit enemy B with just kicks, which is not so great, but I think we just eat this in the face while we can. We end up having to use a Mind Drain anyway, but hitting a majority of those kicks is important, because otherwise we'd have to either use a Mind Drain or take more stamina damage, or risk being tackled and becoming drenched. But anywho, so let's take the reason hit here again. And the theologist is in the school, so it's a good thing I put the police patrols in the school for the moment. I think this is reason. No, it's stamina. I'm going crazy. And yeah, we can't do much else. We actually... No, you know what? Let's actually grab a researcher. This will allow me to defeat enemy B quicker, I'm pretty sure. But anywho... Oh, that's a free event? Hey. Granted, it's in the shrine, but... Hey. And right into this encounter. So, I really should just run here. But we're going to split the difference for a moment. Actually, yeah, we're going to still go for 390%. Oh, never mind. I lied to myself. We can do Mind Drain twice, but this still was not a great encounter. And if I miss this, I don't really mind as much, but I would like to hit every single kick here. And keeping in mind, we can't rest because of Eldritch Parasite, so... Yeah. Rolled a 10, so my stats didn't matter, but... Let's finally leave and see. I think we get extra damage from kicks. It's been a while since I grabbed any damage. Okay, we do. So, kicks are really helpful in this encounter because of the power value here, meaning that you'll usually want a weapon that you can prep attack with. If you don't have that, bad things can happen, but hey. Yeah, and as I said, we save a turn or two being able to kick for 2 turns and defeat enemy B. Now, my next question is how much max reason do we have, because I wasn't watching, but hey. Yeah, I'm willing to just take this reason damage here. If you're going to Mind Drain anyway, we might as well just take this reason damage. And off we go. No bath. Didn't really need it. The extra experience would have been nice, but... And let's grab anything, really. It doesn't really matter. Here I should actually grab... I think, do we have a... Do we have a knowledge? I'm going to take knowledge instead. But... Yeah, we want to take Shiva's next. We do want to just avoid the boss here, so we're just going to do that, but... I'm trying to decide what else I want to do. We can't heal, so none of those items would help. Again, funny enough, we do want to lose reason, so... We'll check in the monument. Maybe it asked for funds. It did not. And off we go. Again, we're trying to remember that we do want to think about equipping the Gruesome Totem, although our Doom is quite low, funny enough, even with a longer blue thingy-majiggy. But I don't want to take stamina damage either, because if anything happens to my knowledge, suddenly we are taking a lot more stamina damage. So, while we have the Doom to spare... that's right, I don't have 3 damage kicks. I'm going absolutely crazy. Well, anywho, that was not good to do, by the way. I should not have done that, but we'll make do with what we've got. We have -1 luck, but didn't know that choice was going to check luck, so hey... And yeah, as I said, that extra 3 stamina damage, let's see if that ends up killing us. Location, threat level increased to high. Oh, penalty damage, help! Flee. So now we have Doom, but we don't have stamina or reason, and we have 2 mysteries worth of investigations to go through. This is going to be odd. I'm pretty sure I lost Bath. And frogs or mermaid? We'll do mermaids. We can get rid of the burns later, while we have the Doom to do so. That's all I have to say at the moment. We have negative luck, so let's take the Doom while we have Doom. And... oh, man. Yeah, so basically shopping the character. And you start with funds, but unfortunately you have to level up to get these perks, so... that being said, if you start with shopping perks, old gods forbid you start with 2 shopping perks, that is quite powerful. The extra, maybe -4% Doom, the extra pack of cigarettes, if you buy one and then buy another, does help out immensely. But, Okay, yeah, so we want to Mind Drain. We just want to Mind Drain here. We have Charisma, we don't have a Light Source, but I'm thinking about the Lighthouse checks. I have some reason to spare. What we don't have is enough max reason, but we have to, because otherwise we... Well, either way, it's not great. And yeah, funny enough, we have a lot of Doom to spare. That I wasn't expecting that, even though we had Flood. And keep in mind, again, we did visit more locations in Flood, but going for all researchers does turn Flood into a standard mystery, number of investigation-wise. But yeah, now I kind of regret losing all of the thing I did. Yeah, as you saw there, I took penalty damage because of Eldritch Parasite. That's technically a bug, but we'll just consider it a balance at this point. So, a gameplay balance, specifically. So we keep Mind Draining, we have no other option. I can run from an enemy, but I'd rather run from an enemy in a later mystery. Now, unfortunately, again, I think I can throw this Gruesome Totem, funny enough, so hopefully we won't need it. Yeah, 4 damage, didn't know it did that much damage, but I usually expect a thrown item to do at least 3 damage. Sometimes 2, but that's when I have to remember the items, specifically. And off we go. We're gonna burn this. We're gonna burn, take the burns. I don't want to say the phrase in case robots hurt me, but I've said it before, but you get the point. And yeah, we have 7 max reason left. So we can probably run from 2 encounters, actually. Yeah, just making sure we don't have Bath. And into Frogs I go. I completely forgot. There are some mysteries in this mini mystery mod pack that I think... No? I'm going crazy. Anywho, keep watching. I think it's free. Yeah, keep watching is free. And we kind of just stand here. I think I used the monument and lost stamina at some point, right? So that would not have been great. That's also free, thankfully. I mean, the creator of the mysteries shows up. I should actually just look at them, but anywho. That's Charisma, that's fine. But, as long as we make it out of this mystery, I think we should be able to survive. Big if, though, because I don't remember the rest of these events. So it's gonna come down to the wire. It shouldn't... This should have just been a slam dunk run, but hey. I've done this to myself. And we run. So we can take, like, 8 Doom and some experience, or we can just run for 5 Doom. If we run into another... No, we can't. We can't run to another encounter. Unless we run into the Glitch Magician, in which we can't run. But anywho. Spooky frogs! But yeah. Off we go. So we should be able to survive this. If this were a non-Eldritch Parasite run... Well, if this were a non-Eldritch Parasite run, or was, which is grammatically correct. Anywho, if this was a non-Eldritch Parasite run, I would not have Mind Drain. So we have 8 Charisma. We're losing 6 Stamina. We don't have a Light Source. But we do survive, is the important part. We'll take this level up just to take it. And yeah, we'll be off. So we'll pick up anything we have. No, nothing. And off we go. So yeah, without further ado, we might as well close off this video now. Whether I win or lose doesn't really matter, although we can just do other stuff. I can even toss these students at Tachi-san. We shouldn't need to do that, though. We can take like 5 hits here and still be fine, I'm pretty sure. But just to be safe, we will plan on handcuffing Tachi-san. I could even use Mind Drain, actually. And I don't need to worry myself with handcuff tech to be fancy. And yeah, if you want to see any specific custom characters or you have any comments as to what you want me to do here and there, please let me know. But it might take some time because I'm essentially going through chronological order of characters thrown onto the Discord server. But yeah, without further ado, won't take up much more of your time. If you want to support me, do what you want to do. If you don't want to support me or stop supporting me, you know what to do. If you want to comment, ask questions, criticism, that's always open. I'll try to do my best to think. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!